Any way you want.
Be yourself.
Yes.
Okay, let's start off first by stating your names and how long you've been married.
Crystal and Kenny White. We've been married for 10 years.
10 and a half.
10 and a half.
How long did you date before getting married?
Tell you what, can y'all go into how you all met and then,
Yeah.
you know, what led up to marriage and all that?
We met in college at Virginia Commonwealth University. And I don't remember actually like a meeting like hi, my name is Crystal, hi, my name is Kenny type of thing. But everybody on campus knew Kenny White. He was just like, oh, you know Kenny White. And I always had a crush on Kenny White. Even when I saw him my freshman year, I do remember seeing him my freshman year in the Commons Theater after a movie, like when they turned the lights on and people are kind of talking and milling around. I was like, huh, okay.
I think we all had that when we first met Kenny.
And then from then, I just think, you know, seeing him in the Commons and talking and passing and whatever, and I just kind of built into a friendship. And then something more, I guess. Just kind of happened.
Just kind of happened.
Yeah.
Okay. How much time between initially meeting before you decided to make a commitment toward each other?
Okay, let's think about that.
Yeah,
Did we ask
it may take some time. Yeah.
You did? Okay.
From meeting,
So y'all known
years.
each other for how long?
I've known each other since about 91-ish.
Yeah.
So-
91.
So we've known each other since 91,
So like
since
17, 18 years.
Uh-huh.
Wow, okay.
And
Let's say this. We got married in 97. We were engaged for a year and a half, and we was together before that. And then before that, we was together like off and on. So
yeah,
it's
so like we
been-
were off and on probably for 5 years before we got married. From like 92 until 97.
No,
we got
Let's
married.
say 92 to 90.
Okay,
We got
92 to
engaged in
95 we were
95.
on and off. And then 95 to 97 we were totally together.
Yeah.
Like, because we were engaged, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, for 10 years you've been married. How has this thing worked? I mean, you're still together and you look happy. How did you do it?
Work is a key word. It's work. It gets better as the years go on. I think for us, that's not really a secret, but you just have to allow yourself to start over. You know, like when you was little and you get a do-over, stuff happen, you just start over, and you know it's gonna be peaks and valleys, but you just give yourselves a chance to start over,
Do-overs,
and
yeah.
you know, as the time goes on, you get closer, it gets better.
There's a baby. I also say that we always try to remember that we were friends first and we were best friends. And so we always tell everybody, you know, you have to like the person, you know, like if I'm mad at Kenny, I want to tell my best friend that I'm really pissed off at my husband, and my best friend is my husband, so I need to come to him as my friend and be like, look man, that sucked. You know, just remember to be each other's friends still. I think that has really helped us.
Yeah.
Because we've been able to, when it was difficult to love the person at the moment, we could still like the person. And that has sustained us and carried us through.
Yeah. And communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we have.
How important is communication?
Very.
So on a
Very-
scale,
I'm telling you, that's,
Very important.
man, like a sit-up is to your abs, communication is the key. And
It's key.
we are not pros at it, but we really kind of commit ourselves and dedicate to like trying to keep on learning it, because it just changes, you know. It's different communication at different times. You have to say and hear differently all the time. And now that we're parents and our time is not just our own, that's different too. So the communication is very different because you've brought another being into the mix. So
The next question, I think it really goes to you, Kenny. One of our biggest things or questions from women to men was the commitment issue, that men have a problem with commitment. How were you able to commit and be successful?
I think it was just the way I was brought up. So I'll go back to my father. I never saw any infidelity. So I always thought, that one person is that one person. And I don't know, it's just kind of in me. So,
Well, let me change the commitment statement. It wasn't necessarily dealing with infidelity, but
Okay.
just the commitment to marriage and a
Oh.
commitment to wanting this woman for the rest of my life and wanting to raise a family, wanting to be with her, because that was the heaviest thing with women and men. And why
Right.
not commit to us being together? I mean, I know you love me. I know you. Why not
Right.
commit?
Right.
You
Right.
did it. How?
Right,
You know?
right.
you just jump in. No, that's a hard question. How?
Can I tell
Yes,
you a little
please.
bit, just by knowing Kenny and when we were friends? But like Kenny has always been this type of guy that, well, first of all, he has a schedule for his life. Everything was written down on paper. He has a master plan. He used to call it his master plan. But Kenny also, from school, he was never one of those guys who like dated. So he wasn't going to the club or like to the Thursday night dance and be like, yo, girl, can I get your number? Can I get your... He never was. Girls just kind of gravitated towards them. And then like what happened with us, we were friends first and then we were more than friends. And I think it's just the person that Kenny is, that he wasn't ever going to be this type of man who dated a lot of women. He just didn't make a lot of space in his life to have like, I'm just going to date this girl, I'm going to call this girl and be up with... He just didn't want that. He wanted one person that he'd have a really good time with, and if it lasted, that's great, and why look anyplace else? Like, he's like that with his friends, he makes friends, and he has tons of them, but it's not because he went out and he was like, hi, my name is Kenny White, and I want your support, He's just that type of person where people gravitate towards him, and he gets out of you a commitment, and therefore then he commits to you, so it really, I think it's his spirit.
I disagree with all of that. I'm sorry. I disagree with that.
Okay.
No, that's true. Yeah, that is a difficult question. Thank you for.
That's just how I see it.
But yeah, the commitment is just something you just have to do.
Would you also say it's a maturity level? Not dealing with the age, but just your frame of mind.
That's good if you separate from the age. Yeah, it is because I've known couples to get married at 19 and they're still together and it's fine. And you think, wow, that's way too young. But they're doing it. So it's where you are in your life. If you're ready for that, you're ready for it. In my case, I guess I was just ready, and I said, this is what I want to do. And, you get to that point where it's like, no thanks, I'm married.
I think it's just something that you expected in your life. Like,
Yeah.
you were like, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to get a degree, I'm going to get a job, I'm going to get married, I'm going to have kids, I'm going to have, it was part of Kenny's plan.
Yeah.
Can y'all give some advice to those that are, I guess, words of wisdom for those that want to, be married or...
Don't want to stay married.
Don't wanna
Want to
Yeah.
stay
Yeah.
married?
I think I'll go back to our point about, we always say give yourselves, chances to start over. We know it's going to be peaks and valleys, but, you can persevere, and especially if you love them. And
Especially if you like them.
especially if you like them. You got to like them.
Don't be afraid. I think people are afraid that, she can come on out here. I think people are afraid of fighting. And fighting, I think, is a part of loving. Just like death is a part of life. I think that fighting is part of love. And don't be afraid, because that's another way of communicating. So don't be afraid of those hard times, because you have to have the hard times for the easy. Hi, sis. Hi. Hi, sweetie. Can you say hi? This is Corey. This is our baby Corey, and she's 15 months old.
And she's just in time for her close-up.
Oh, don't get a close up.
Just
I think she
very
need to clean her nose.
Yeah, I need to wash her
Look at
face.
these
She doesn't feel well.
Oh.
But so I think that would be my advice: is you just, like Kenny says, give yourself, there are peaks and valleys. Give yourself a chance, and don't be afraid of the communication, no matter how it comes, and the fighting and the loving and the
Just be as open as possible.
Absolutely,
Yeah, communication.
absolutely.
Yeah, I know it's a cliche, but communication is key.
And it's fun.
And honesty.
It's fun. Go ahead and allow yourself to enjoy the fun. Don't look for the next bad thing to happen. Don't look for the next dirty dish in the sock, and don't just
Yeah.
Kenny still makes me laugh as if we were 20 years old, running through Treehouse or something. He's still a fool, and I like that he can still make me laugh so much that I have to put the baby down and hold my stomach. It just reminds me, of who we are, and and who we were and who we are growing together. Right, Princess?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Excellent.
That was about it. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Hey,